सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रय विनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः। निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं सुखमुखादमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुरहो रसिका भुवि भावुकाः। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयति अखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं। समस्तदेवताभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराण आचार्येभ्यो नमः। परब्रह्मणे महाविष्णवे ब्रह्मणे सनकादिमुनिभ्यो नारदाय वेदव्यासाय शुकब्रह्मर्षये सूतमहामुने शौनकादिऋषिभ्यो अत्र्यादिऋषिभ्यो प्रह्लादादिभक्तजनेभ्यो मत्स्यादि अवतारेभ्यो आदित्यादिनवग्रहदेवताभ्यो मातापितृदेवताभ्यो दक्षिणामूर्तिदत्तात्रेय हयग्रीवादिगुरुभ्यो नमः। आद्य शंकराचार्यवर्यादिगुरुभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम श्री कृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवतं महापुराणम् एकादश स्कंदः मुक्तिः त्वान्यथा रूपं स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थितिः। अथ पंचविंशोऽध्यायः गुणत्रय विभाग योगः। श्री भगवानुवाच। Lord's grace, we are into this study. Let us chant this 25th chapter, few shlokas, which exhaustively talk about the three gunas of the Prakriti and Maya and the entire details of it. Maybe 3-4 times when we study or listen, picture becomes clear. And there's no subject in spirituality more clearly understandable, practicable than these gunas and their mastery. And the beauty of the subject of Trigunas is what? It helps us in conquering or succeeding the world outside. It helps us in rectifying our inner selves for our own inner purity, inner satisfaction, inner happiness, inner peace mainly. And same three guna subject, when properly understood, one can even grow spiritually. So, the three types of vyavaharika benefit, manasika benefit, spiritual benefit are there. If one thoroughly understands the gunas, their influence, and knows which guna required at what time, how to use it. All that is called the understanding of gunas, control of the gunas, managing of the gunas, mastering of the gunas. Thereafter, transcending them. Let us chant Om Gunanam Asamishranam Pumanyena Yatha Bhavet Tanme Purusavaryedam Uvadharaya Shamsatah Shamodamastitiksheksha Tabah Satyam Daya Smritihi Tushtisthyago Spruha Shraddha Hrirdayadihi Svanirvrutihi Kama Iha Madastrushna Stambha Ashirbhida Sukham मदोत्साहो यश प्रीतिः हास्यं वीर्यं बलोद्यमः क्रोधो लोभो नृतं हिंसा याञ्चादम्भः क्लमः कलिः शोकमोहो विषादार्ति निद्राशाभिरनुद्यमः सत्त्वस्य रजसश्चैताः तमसश्चानुपूर्वशः वृत्तयो वर्णितप्रायाः सन्निपातमथो शृणु सन्निपातस्त्वहमिति ममेत्युद्धवयामतिः व्यवहारः सन्निपातः मनोमात्रेन्द्रियासुभिः धर्मे चार्थे च कामे च यदासौ परिनिष्ठितः गुणानां सन्निकर्षोऽयं श्रद्धारतिधनावहः प्रवृत्तिलक्षणे निष्ठा पुमानिर्हि गृहाश्रमे स्वधर्मे चानुतिष्ठेत गुणानां समितिर्हि सा पुरुषं सत्त्वसंयुक्तम् अनुमीयात् शमादिभिः कामादिभिः रजो युक्तम् क्रोधाद्यैः तमसायुतं यदा भजति मां भक्त्या निरपेक्षः स्वकर्मभिः तं सत्त्वप्रकृतिं विद्यात् पुरुषं स्त्रियमेव वा यदा ह्याशिष आशास्य मां भजेत स्वकर्मभिः तं रजः प्रकृतिं विद्यात् हिंसाम् आशास्य तामसं सत्त्वं रजस्तम इति गुणा जीवस्य नैव मे चित्तजायैस्तु भूतानां सज्जमानो निबध्यते यदेतरौ जयेत् सत्त्वं भास्वरं विशदं शिवं तदा सुखेन युज्येत धर्मज्ञानादिभिः पुमान् यदा जयेत् तमः सत्त्वं रजसंगं हिदाचलं तदा दुःखेन युज्येत कर्मणा यशसा श्रिया यदा जयेद् रजः सत्त्वं तमो मूढं लयं जडं युज्येत शोकमोहाभ्यां निद्रया हिंसयाशया ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम श्रीभागवत शरणं मम श्रीसद्गुरु शरणं मम श्रीसूता शरणं मम श्रीशुकदेव शरणं मम श्रीव्यास शरणं मम श्रीनारद शरणं मम श्रीकुमार शरणं मम श्रीब्रह्मा शरणं मम श्रीविष्णु शरणं मम श्रीपरब्रह्म शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम शरणं मम शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव ॐ मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम् ॐ स्वर्गे सत्येज कैलासे वैकुण्ठे नास्त्ययं रसः अत पिबन्तु सद्भाग्याः मामामुञ्चितकरहिचिद ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ श्रीकृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणम् एकादश स्कन्धः मुक्तिर्हित्वान्यथा रूपं स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थितिः ॐ अथ पञ्चविंशोऽध्यायः गुणत्रय विभागयोगः श्रीभगवानुवाच A beautiful chapter, these gunas. Very interesting, even when we know. Then when we practice, it is so beneficial and useful. Understand करके जो साधना है उसके अनुसार करने से. And the entire purpose is, in the beginning only, let us keep it in mind, कि conquering rajas tamas by sattva and using the sattva guna for knowing the tattva. And in the experience of the tattva, this sattva also is transcended. That's our thing. We have to be very clear in the mind. And if we take an example of like a new officer came to the office as an officer. Now, depending on his nature, he will see the office work. He was very jovial, let us say. You will see that the entire office is jovial. He cracks jokes and variety of things he does. Somehow all become jovial, this stuff. If is very workaholic mano, you will see that everybody is time pe aa rahe, kaam kar rahe, etc. Is very serious type. They don't even talk to each other, other fellows. Is very reactive, angry, cranky, dominant type. Atmosphere created is different. Anywhere, when so that type of chief minister comes, or prime minister comes, or the school principal, headmaster, new came. So all the staff are always afraid who is the newly appointed principal or headmaster or even the circle inspector of that circle or anyway whoever is the head of that particular town of the police station. Dar sabko hota hai. And whatever he is, he behaves like that. He does like that and he influences the entire department whichever you have. In the same way, what guides our life is, remember, our antakarana. Listen carefully. This antakarana is only one stuff called as mind. It actually is not there. It is only Paramatma, but it is appearing of the mind. That reason because of which the appearance of mind is there is called Maya. In that Maya, the three gunas are there. Those three gunas from the Maya come to the mind. And Whichever the guna, be attentive, predominant in that mind, that's how that person's entire thinking, planning, action, etc. And how those gunas have become like that for that person? Again, by knowing or unknowing, he trained himself. So always there is a choice for us to fall from the higher guna to the lower, to rise from the lower to higher. And all that requires us two things. One, clear understanding and picture. Second is practice. When I clearly understand that I am in Tamo Guna, then these are the ways by which I can eject the Tamo Guna or eliminate. And this is how I can include the Sattva Guna in me. With that clear picture is there and practice it, we can rise from the lower to the higher. All depends on knowing. Yaad rakhna. The only thing which protects us to evolve spiritually or to succeed in the world is the right understanding, which is technically called a jnanam. Whether it is your domestic problems, you are anywhere, the samasya comes because of ajnanam, it can go only when the jnanam dawns. Here also about the three gunas, the complete jnanam is given by Lord Krishna. And with each of the guna predominance, how that person's antakarana behaves. Then try to behave like that, slowly your antakarana becomes of that guna. So a person having not gained this knowledge, he understood these are the gunas of Sattva-guna, then slowly one by one he starts inculcating those habits, those thought processes, those activities in him. Then dekhte dekhte he will become Sattva-guni. And who is that person? You and me only. Nobody else can do it for us. We do it. Our effort to make ourselves Sattva-guna. Goal is this. Conquer Rajas, Tamas by Sattva, use Sattva for the pursuit of the truth, and in the experience of the truth, transcend even the Guna. Gunas transcended is Maya, transcended is Mana, is transcended is the transcendental experience of the self. Gunatita sthiti. That is called as. Okay. Now the Sattva Guna Lakshanas exhaustively visa Shamo, Damaha, Tatapa, Tapaha, Titiksha, Shraddha, then Satyam, Daya, Smritihi, Tushtihi, very exhaustively as yesterday. Tyagaha, we saw Aspruha. This is what we have to see. Aspruha is not having the desires in the mind. His desire is to serve, his desire is to do the duties. His desire is to please the Lord or the higher beings. That desire will be there, but he will not have any other lower desires in the mind about the objects for the cessation of the sense pleasures. So this is a Sattva-guna Lakshana. Means what? This helps us to understand that through Sattva-guna practice, we can transcend the big disease called as desire. Then we saw yesterday Shraddha, how exhaustively from all the Shastras we quoted and explained. Then Hrihi also we talked about. In so many examples we have given the Hri, the shyness, bashfulness for not doing anything bad and doing the good. मतलब शर्म के मारे जरूर अच्छा करना चाहिए, शर्म के मारे बुरा नहीं करना चाहिए और शर्म बेशर्म नहीं होना चाहिए. So, dharma nirvahanartham hrihi. Because if I don't do dharma, then the sin of omission comes, then I'll be humiliated. Sharam. Like in the childhood schools, mein, after that 4th, 5th class, homework is not done, then we are sent out to kneel down or even to stand under the sun for some time or bench पे खड़े होने देते. That is insult. Why? Sin of omission ki you have to do the homework you did not do. And it is so humiliating. For a few days, it's such a dukh hota hai कि thereafter that fellow does that work not to get punishment because of hri. होमवर्क नहीं करने का punishment. And कुछ नाटक गड़बड़ करने का भी punishment होता है. That was sin of commission. That thing which should not be done, when it is done, it is sin of commission. That which is to be done is not done, sin of omission. We have to have the hri for both of them. And then it is such a good quality. If one want to take the help of it, it will help you everywhere. Like, I am a human being. I am born in Hinduism in India. Still have not learned Sanskrit. Sharam nahi aata. So learn at least little. Still have not learned chanting all the slokas, mantras. Sharam nahi aata. At least thoda to सीखो. See, I have not visited the pilgrim places. Sharam karo, kuch to dekh ke aao. I have not done my japa puja. Sharam karo. I never spent a month in any ashram. Sharam karo. कोई गुरु को घर बुलाकर प्रसाद भोजन नहीं दिया, वो प्रसाद देंगे, हमें उनको भोजन देना. See, when you have the sharam, we start finding good things and do. देखो, दान नहीं किया शर्म, किसी को प्रेम नहीं किया, बेशर्मी का जिंदगी है. So if one wants to use that sharam wala thing, shyness, he can do so many things and feel happy. So Hri, he is a sattva guna lakshana. And it also includes the Hri means proper etiquettes or behaviors in the sabha or in front of elders. Not doing any gustaki. Like the children have this Hri. Any new person comes home, he behaves like a Gautama Buddha. When somebody is observed, because they will take a wrong message. And the moment they go away, the Buddhu comes out of them. Or that person becomes familiar to them, then they do the same natak which they do with the parents. That's later on. But sharam unko hota hai. And teach this to the children. क्या करने से बेशर्म होना पड़ता है, क्या नहीं करने से होता है, इसलिए क्या करना क्या नहीं करना. Very important. See, when I am all alone with myself, what can protect me, especially when all the freedom is given? This is the only thing, no? कि मुझे दूसरों के नज़र में नहीं गिरना है, उससे ज़्यादा मेरे नज़र में नहीं गिरना है. That is called Hri. In Taittiriya Upanishad, it is said as, why didn't I do good when so many opportunities came? Why didn't I avoid bad even though I was kicked so many times left and right? Why didn't I give up or avoid the bad? Kimahagam sadhuna akaravam, kimahagam papam akaravam iti. Last में आता है वो. Hri is this much. Then comes दया, और दया ऊपर आ गया. I can call it as दानम. The dhanam is a sattva-guna lakshana. Train oneself. Each small little things we have to start from. Best dhanam always is eatables. हमेशा बिस्कुट पैकेट रखना. How it is allowed in the society, वो देखभाल करके. Fruits, something. So somebody is on the road hungry, देते जाओ. Learn that. Don't think about it. Make a habit for some days to naturally do the dana and enjoy it. Enjoy in the sense that good quality that I could do it. Dhanam. You have umpteen number of occasions like that to do. When you used to go to Char Dham Yatra, bhar ke we used to keep in our bag some biscuit packets and all. So en route, some road building people, when that landslide happens, they are there, some 10, 20 rustic people, बेचारे, they're cleaning it. तो you give them, they are so happy because वो खरीद नहीं सकते, कहाँ जाएंगे? It's a temporary satisfaction. It's okay. But your guna, concerned about एक जीव है, उसको भूख लगेगी, कुछ दे सकते हैं. It should not become a insistence or a condition. Later on, all that can be transcended after some years of practice. When you enter into the level of sannyasa, what do you have for yourself to do dhanam? Utne mein bhi, then you may do it little bit. Otherwise, we have reached the next level. But before, do that dhanam. Always look out in what way I can help. And luckily, as we 100 times discussed, dhanam is of so many things. It can be in cash, it can be in kind, and it can be in kindness also. The consolation is a dhanam. एक phone करके किसी को कैसे पूछना is also dhanam. It's called vak dhanam. Through vak you are giving that solace to them. I heard you are not well. How are you? Can I do anything for you? इस तरह से अन्नदानम, वस्त्रदानम, धनदानम, गोदानम, भूदानम, हिरण्यदानम, everything can be given. Whatever we have was only for giving, Gurudev says. Whatever you have is to give it to others. The more you give, the more you have. The more we hoard it, then it starts stinking. In fact, the entire human life is only for upakara to others. In other words, to do the dhanam. Such one who does his entire life's service to the world is called जीवन दान उन्होंने दे दिया, बलिदान दे दिया उन्होंने. Think about it. And in everyday's activity, whenever the occasions of dhanam came, did we encash it or not by giving charity? देखो, the dhanam creates the good atmosphere in the receiver also. भाई कोई दाता है. They will develop faith in God, faith in you, faith in goodness, faith in dhanam. When they also find someone, they also give to them. This is how the hoarding, the miserliness, the greed, those negative gunas also spread from one person to the other. So too the good quality of dhanam, charity also spread from one person to the other. Like at home, children. When the elder brother gives something to the younger one, you can observe that younger one also तोड़ के तो कुछ ना कुछ देता है वो. When the elder says, I will not give only, छोटा मैं भी नहीं दूंगा. दानम. Our Indian government, during pandemic and all, so much of medicine dana we have done to all over the world. Around more than 70, 80 countries, our medicines have gone, vaccines and all. Great. I don't think we have collected any money from them. Charity. Anyway, danam. उसके बाद क्या? Adi. Danam. Adi means in that danam, tyagam and all that usme. All types of dana you can say. Then last one is swanirvruti. At the highest spiritual level, Swanirvruti is discovered the self which is blissful, therefore is in the bliss of his own self-discovery. At the lower level, Swanirvruti, he is ऊपर के सारे क्वालिटी से भी इंपॉर्टेंट क्वालिटी है. क्या है? अपने आप से खुश रहना. If I cannot be happy with myself, two things. How can others be happy with me? How can I be happy with others? Is it not? Not that we are 100% perfect in everything. For that perfection, we are keeping on trying. The track is going on. But with whatever we have now, let us be happy with ourselves. This is not the thing called trupti. Trupti is with regard to the material things which we have and all. Here, swanirvruti means what? Finding the happiness within ourselves. Feeling ourselves. We are not that way always feeling regretted and guilty. Papoham, papa karmaham, pavatma, papa sambhavaha. This once in a while reminded only that you have come here to clear up all the debts and sins. Don't do new one. But otherwise, Shrunvantu Sarve Amritasya Putraha, we are all. Swanirvruti. Again, not arrogance. Having no good quality, yet boasting of, that comes in Rajas Tamas, Dambaha and all. But a Sattva Guna, Swanirvruti is what? Without depending on others, discovering happiness within ourselves. With whatever ability, talents the Lord gave, and using that, doing in seva, Swanirvruti. A cobbler, no, that is the vidya the Lord gave. So with that is making the shoe. Swanirvruti. There's nothing to feel bad about it. किसी न किसी को करना है ना वो काम. So I am doing it. Everybody has done every profession in last million lives of evolution. Now I am talking on this Bhagavatam. In one of the past lives, I might have done a cobbler work. I might have done any carpenter work. करते करते बंदा evolve होता है. Suddenly कोई नहीं होता. Nothing to feel bad about it. What is important is swanirvruti. This happiness in my own being. This is such a great quality if developed now. Then not only we depend on others to make us happy and become miserable, disappointed, then we don't trouble others also. कि मुझे खुश करो, मुझे खुश करो. That is a खुजली. आजकल के दिन बताओ कोई किसी का खुशी नहीं कर रहा है, सब अपना खुद खुशियां कर रहे हैं. This I am learning recently. Nobody can make you happy because they themselves are suffering, struggling themselves to be happy. Swanirvruti bas. That's why Tulsidas ji, Not that I am writing Ramayana for everybody to study and appreciate me. मैं लिख रहा हूँ अपने खुशी के लिए. स्वांत सुखाय तुलसी रघुनाथ नाथ गाथा भाषा निबंधम अति मंजुलम आतनोति. I am writing not to get ananda from outside people that they appreciate or do something. स्वांत सुखा. मैं अपने खुशी के एक्सप्रेशन के लिए. One of the beautiful qualities स्वनिर्वृत्ति. If I am happy with myself, even God will become miserable to make me miserable. If I am miserable with myself, everybody will laugh and they enjoy making me more miserable. Swanirvriti. Swanirvriti means the bliss of the self. Swa means self. Nirvriti means bliss. So, bliss of the self is the ultimate. Adhyatmikam. So, Shuddha Sattva Guni will discover the self, though I am that eternal self, blissful self, he will remain in that. At the lower level, he has found himself. Ananda in himself. वस्तु व्यक्ति से ज्यादा अपने आप के ऊपर डिपेंड होना आनंद के लिए. For that, some talents you learn. Whatever the talents are there, use them for service. And in that also, don't expect the recognition from others. Swanir, like Tulsidas की तरह. He wrote his Ramayana, that was his talent. Brahman hai, Mahagnani, Pandit hai, studied so much in the Kashi. All that he utilized in writing Ramayana. How many people it benefited later on? But khud while writing, Swanirvriti. Swanirvriti. Don't look out at all. You can sing song, Swanirvriti. Bhajan, Swanirvriti. Namasmarana, Swanirvriti. Silently you can do some seva, Swanirvriti. पेड़ पौधे संभालोगे स्वनिर्वृत्ति. कुछ भी. Don't waste time, don't be empty free, don't expect others to do something for your nirvritti. Nirvritti means happiness, not nivritti. Nivritti is withdrawal. This is nirvritti. Nirvritti is no tension, happy. So these are the 15 qualities, etc. Along with this, like these qualities, which make a person who is full of sattva guna, predominant sattva guna. And people by janma samar sattva guna, you can see all these gunas in them. Majedar. Quietness of mind, control of the senses, patience and forbearance, ready to work hard. All these things. No jhoot bolna, have compassion for everyone. Good knowledge and memory they have. So contented always and ready to sacrifice anything. Not too much of desires, etc. Full faith in the God and scriptures and all. And they are simple and humble, not boasting. Ready for all dhanam and have it khush mizaj apne saath. These are all expressions of Satguna. Therefore, when we practice these gunas, these qualities, then our mind starts getting predominantly Sattva Guni. Then Sattva Guna Mana reflects the Ananda which is behind the Mana more clearly. इसमें से सारे गुणों से खुद ही बंदा अंदर का खुशियां आनंद को पाएगा. Clear? This much should be enough. Now let us go to the second of the Rajoguna Lakshana. Chant karo. Kama iha madastrushna stambha ashir bhida sukham madotsaho yashapritihi hasyam viryam balodyamaha. These are all the gunas for a person whose nature is predominantly Rajoguna. Tama, Sattva are very low level. Asammishra Lakshanas, these are all. After these three gunas are told, then Sammishra, मतलब गुणों में मिलावट है, मतलब मिलकर गुण है, तो how he behaves, that will be the next topic. पहले तो pure. Maximum Sattva Guna, these are the 15 qualities. Now Rajo Guna. What are the how many? Kamaha, Iha, Madaha, Trushna, Stambha, Ashihi, Bhida, Sukham, Madaha, Madotsaha, Yasha Pritihi, Hasyam, Viryam, Balodhyamaha. These are the 13 qualities mentioned. Mainly, इनके इसके आसपास वाले, you can add them. If anything are nearby to that, or the subsets of this, or byproducts of this, they also fall under the Rajoguna Lakshana. Now, first one, Kamaha. Always that Kamana in the mind. Desire, desire, desire. Rajoguna. कुछ न कुछ चाहिए चाहिए चाहिए. Kamana. About the indulgence, bhoga. There's always something to eat with the mouth, with look the eyes. His eyes are always looking for some kama. Mouth also always watering, watering. This is Rajoguna Lakshana. Those who are not Sattva-guni, जो रजोगुण हमेशा आपका सुबह से रात तक उनका मन में कामना चलता ही रहता है. And kamana can be for the objects, for any name and fame. Kamana is desire. It can be for sthula vishayas and sukshma vishayas. Sukshma means it desires of some emotion from others, or desires some appreciation from others, or desire of some objects. इंद्रियों के विषय, मन के, बुद्धि के विषयों का कामना करना. तो कामः, that is one. Then iha. Naturally, when he has got kamana, the rajoguni, iha always in fulfilling that kamana, he is engaged in some or the other karma. कर्म आसक्ति. बहुत पैसे चाहिए तो कैसे पैसे कमाए. Oh, he is 80 years old, still is only in that mind. Iha. कर्म के अनुसार इहा. इहा is sometimes desire also. Iha means here the karma. So kamana, therefore karma asakti. In him is plenty. Many people you can see. कुछ वो desire fulfillment लेके करते ही जाते. Some of the desires are momentary, having tea, coffee like that. Some are long-term desires, working towards that. I want to start a big industry or big company or some project वो लोग लगातार करते. It's good all required for the world, and that's how with such people only the world is going on going and going on growing. But when it comes to spirituality, we have to pause at one time and see what's permanent, temporary. Slowly shift our gears or our lane from temporary to permanent. Though it is not possible for everyone, but that is the ultimate thing to be gone into, to enter into for everyone, if not now, little later. Till that time, he is always in the iha activity. कितना चंचल स्वभाव के रुकते नहीं हो. कुछ ना कुछ, कुछ ना कुछ भी नहीं है तो फिर पंखा सब खोल के वो साफ करके फिर लगाता है. दैट इज यू वांट समथिंग टू डू. कामना है तो कोई ना कोई कर्म करेगा. फैन का आवाज कम होना चाहिए, साफ. They're all kamana only, though they are required for the house maintenance, but still there is a desire. You can get it done through some servant, 10 रुपए देके हाँ खुद करना. Iha is always in activity. Okay. Then third one is madaha. This is the rajoguna lakshana. Mada, an arrogance. It is natural for rajoguni. कुछ लोग में कुछ होता ही नहीं फिर भी उनके अंदर मद होता है. Just like in the earlier one, he has got all the jnanam, perhaps all the wealth also, yet he is in hiri. He is in that bashful nature. But this fellow rajoguni, always mother. He may be in slum area, he can be in lowest profession, he daily labor. He may have every bad habit of drink and all, but again, you see such people in bus stands, railway stations, those who fight with each other and all. Publicly seen people, I am saying, but they are in our own house also. We can see people with that darpa or the mada or the arrogance. Mada is Rajoguna Lakshana. And such people don't worry, don't think about if I say something, do something, it harms others, it hurts others. By nature mother. उनके द्वारा ना बाकी लोग इतने दुखी होते हैं जिसका मद होता है. एंड इफ दे आर द हेड ऑफ द फैमिली और हेड ऑफ इंस्टीट्यूशन, द एरोगेंट फेलो, बाकी सब सप्रेस्ड होते. I have seen so many people. Anyway, madaha. Then comes trishna. Here trishna means too much of thirst for the things. The next level of what was said in the first thing called as kamana. Endless craving is trishna. Almost like lobha. तृष्णा मतलब वो तो मतलब दो खाया तो कामना हो गया और भी चार खाऊंगा, दैट्स कॉल्ड तृष्णा. बट उससे तो तबीयत खराब होएगा. इट डजंट लिसन आल्सो दैट सेंटेंस. वी आर ऑल विक्टिम्स मोर देन कामा ऑफ बट तृष्णा. All of us eat one chapati extra, one pakoda extra only. If 1,000 times we are given pakoda, it may be 1 or 2 times we might have stopped at the satisfactory level. बाकी 1000 बार में 998 एक दो ज़्यादा ही खा लिए. एंड देन वी डू ऑल मजाक ऑफ दैट, हाँ उन्होंने दिया उनके खुशी के लिए किया, या ये वैरायटी मैंने टेस्ट नहीं की. ये सब दोनों मूर्ख बुद्धू लोग मिलते हैं तो बातें ऐसे होते हैं. Is it not? Like when we go, they offer us also. स्वामी जी आप तो खाओ ना. And they feel happy कि स्वामी को ज़्यादा खिलाया. And स्वामी also feels कि उनके खुशी के लिए मैं खाया. ये दोनों बकवास है. The inner point is I was Trishna there. Otherwise I should say, shut up, I will not eat. It will spoil my stomach. That's it. You eat if you want. In this way, in everything there is extra fun is called a Trishna. In the bhoga. Not in the yoga. Every day my japa is 4 malas, today do 8. That is not negative quality of Trishna. ये तो होना ही चाहिए. Trishna for Krishna is always good. हो गया? Kama itha madaha Trishna. Then stambha. Stambha means non-humility. खंबे की तरह खड़े होना, झुकना ही नहीं. This is rajo guna. झुकना ही नहीं. You can see that people. हमको ना experience होता है. We go to so many places and all. See the children and youngsters. कुछ लोग जाते ही साष्टांग दंड प्रणाम. The family has trained them. कुछ लोग तो 9 2 11. They ask स्वामी जी चल बसे है ना, तभी आएंगे वो रूम में. चल बसे. I know what I am saying. Then only they come. Some are there, they come stand, but tells Dadaji tells, beta झुको स्वामी जी को झुक के प्रणाम करो करो करो. That fellow is स्तंभ, he will not झुको. Then out of frustration to save the whole situation, Swami himself does pranam to both of them. यार मेरे जाने के बाद लड़ो. That stambha is non-humility. Very terrible thing. नहीं झुकना किसके पास. कोई लोग बाई बर्थ ऐसे होते रजोगुणी. ये वाले ना मेनली द हेड्स ऑफ द फैमिली और द एल्डर चिल्ड्रन ऐसे होते हैं. बड़े स्तंभ, दे विल नॉट बेंड इन फ्रंट ऑफ पेरेंट्स आल्सो, नॉर यंगर ब्रदर सिस्टर. ज्यादातर ऐसे होते. नेचुरल रजोगुण इज स्तंभ, अविनयम, नो ह्यूमिलिटी. मैं क्यों करूं नमस्कार. इफ यू गो टू अ कॉलेज ना यूनिवर्सिटी, आपको ये सारे सत्वगुण के कैरेक्टर, रजोगुण तमोगुण मिश्रण, ऑल यू कैन सी इन द सैंपल ऑफ दोस चिल्ड्रन. So many times we go, no, not to find fault or anything, just an observation. So too in all our friends, relative circles, we can see. And ourselves have all this natak. In a year's time, hours, if you observe, we might have expressed all these sattva-guna, rajoguna, tamoguna, mishrana. Stambha. Okay. Next comes ashihi. Again, ashihi means always not living in the present, but always missing the joy of present, looking for something in the future. अब मैं इन्वेस्ट करूं तो मुझे क्या होएगा कल. ऑलवेज, अरे कल जिएगा मारे कौन जान रहा है, अब तो एंजॉय करो ना. आशी ही. ए होपफुल होपलेस फेलो. एफर्ट नहीं लगा रहा है लेकिन आशा कर रहा है कुछ ना कुछ होएगा करके. ही इज कॉल्ड एज आशी ही इज अ रजोगुण. व्हाट इज सत्वगुण? यू डू योर एफर्ट व्हाट एवर इन योर हैंड. रिजल्ट आएगा तो आएगा, नहीं तो नहीं. नो वरी अबाउट द फ्यूचर. दैट इज कॉल्ड एज आशी नहीं होना. गीता निराशीर निर्ममो भूत्वा युध्यस्विगतज्वरः एमे मतमिदं नित्यम् अनुतिष्ठन्ति मानवाः श्रद्धावन्तो नमसूयन्तं उच्यन्ते. Chapter 3, Shloka 30. So आशी means not a positive hopeful fellow. वैसे hopeful हमको होना चाहिए, but without doing effort, he just go projecting in future that something will happen. याद रखो, something may happen in future, but तब तक हम रहेंगे कि नहीं पता. What is in our hands is in the present, and what is in our hands is ourselves. So in the present, what we do with ourselves, by ourselves, is what counts. स्वामी जी 50 साल के बाद गवर्नमेंट बदल कर अच्छा गवर्नमेंट आएगा क्या? वो मेरे को नहीं पता, लेकिन तब तक मैं तो नहीं रहूंगा, ये पक्का है. I heard Swami from 2040 onwards, for a good amount of years, oh, the country and the world are going to be good. Is it right? Good, it should be right. It may be right. We would want like that only. But how do we don't know. What we know is the years which we live now. That's why beyond focus of floodlight, देखना उसको आशी ही कहते हैं. That is रजोगुणी लक्षण. प्रेजेंट में कुछ नहीं करता. नेक्स्ट वन कम्स भिदा. सबसे वर्स्ट क्वालिटी ऑफ रजोगुण इज भेद दृष्टि. मैं बताऊं ना, एंटायर सफरिंग इज ओनली बाय भेद दृष्टि. And the only way by which we can avoid all the suffering is remove the Veda Drishti and develop the only one quality in the entire universe required, called as pure love, which alone brings the Veda Drishti. ये बात को ना हमको 1000 साल पढ़ना चाहिए. 1000 साल. Only one thing we have to understand. This one, practice it. Because this alone is the moksha sthiti also, where ekamevadvayam brahma, there is no bheda. So too for the peace of mind and the vyavahara, what is required is abheda drishti. You follow your rules, your regulations, your disciplines. But as regard the drishti is concerned, you should have not the Veda drishti. Rajoguni is always finds some reasons to find differences. So the difference based on nationality, based on the clan or the creed or religion or caste. देखो, तुम अपने रिलीजन कास्ट को रेस्पेक्ट करो, डेफिनेटली हैव टू डू, और बचो भी. बट यू नीड नॉट भेद दृष्टि विथ अदर्स टू हेट देम और एनीथिंग, नॉट रिक्वायर्ड. सब अल्टीमेटली वो एक ही परमात्मा के संतान है. हाउ कैन देयर बी भेद? हाउ कैन देयर इज डिफरेंस ऑफ दिस क्षत्रिय ब्राह्मण शूद्र एंड ऑल? हाँ, इफ ही इज नॉट टेकन बात, नॉट ओनली शूद्र, इवन ब्राह्मण को भी दूर रखो उनको, because that unnecessarily creates that bad thing to you. That is the hygiene part है, physical purity impurity का part है. But in the heart, just because somebody is Vaishya, Shudra, Brahmana, Kshatriya, how can you have the भेद दृष्टि? व्यवहार के लिए जो भेद है वो पारमार्थिक नहीं होना चाहिए. You understand? Like your driver. He is a driver. He is paid by you. You dominate him. You order him. All that. That is professional. But heart in heart, how can you have any bheda? He also has the same body, you are also same. He is a human, you are him. He is also same earth, you are also same earth under the same sky. That one totally if you forget and only behave on the bheda drishti, that I am boss, he is servant, therefore he should be given the secondary, third grade food. मैं तो एसी में बैठता होटल में और उसको बाहर गर्मी में ठाप खाना है. I'll have all paneer wala thing, he should have only ordinary thali. Plate thali bas, not full thali also. I always have this thing. Don't feel bad when I say. To the stupid fellows who are like a leech, eat away all your peace, call your children, grandchildren, उसको 500 प्लेट वाला खाना खिलाता है और उसमें वो आधा फेंकते ही है. And these servants and drivers who carry us whole day in the car and all, उनको ordinary थाली. That is called Bheda Drishti. He also has stomach. In him also there is God. If that evolution doesn't happen in us to see God, then we are not spiritual. Then say, ki, I'm sorry, Swamiji, I just come to do some namaskar to that soul. I'm not spiritual. ठीक है बेटा, जैसा जीना जी लो. We don't suggest you. But otherwise, you can't have Veda Drishti. In fact, he needs better food because he is working hard. भेद दृष्टि नहीं रखना कहीं भी. दृष्टि. But व्यवहार के समय you have to have. Because I have taken bath and doing my puja. Somebody came. Whoever, I will not touch him. That's not Veda Drishti. That I have to do puja to my Lord with that purity. Therefore, I keep him away. उसमें कोई ग्लानि कोई दुख को गलत बात नहीं. I'm not hating him. I'm maintaining my purity to serve my Lord. That's how I'm trained in that. And after the all is over, then I talk to him, I'll hug him. All that is okay. सर्व सत्यानाश एक ही चीज कर रहा है, भेद दृष्टि. And to bring out Bheda, there are million reasons. And see the world with Bheda Drushti doesn't require any wisdom. Any Bevakuf Murkha can do that. Wisdom is to be Abheda. But in Rajoguni, always Bheda. You are alag, मैं alag. Bheda. Even in the train, his number is 65, then 66 वाले को टच भी नहीं करने देगा. भेद मेरा सीट है, इसमें आपने बैग कैसे लगाए. लड़ाई शुरू. The Bheda entertained by the mother towards her daughter and daughter-in-law, creating all the naraka. देखो, she does. भेद दृष्टि. बेटी को इतना बढ़िया प्यार, बहू को. यार, बहू is greater than बेटी because that बहू is suffering, tolerating your stupid creation. बट भेद और दूसरे घर से आई. यार, वो भेद छोड़कर आ गई तो यू आर मेंटेनिंग भेद. ये हुआ कुछ 20 साल, 70 से लेकर 85, 9. इसलिए ऑल द बहूस लर्न द आर्ट ऑफ पटाओ द हस्बैंड्स इमीडिएटली आफ्टर मैरिज एंड टेक दैट फेलो एंड मेक हिम डू ऑल कुकिंग एंड वॉशिंग एंड झाड़ू पोछा. दैट सिंगल फैमिली इज आइसोलेटेड बिकॉज द ससुर सासू माँ लोग इनके नाक में दम कर रहे थे बहुओं के बिकॉज ऑफ भेद दृष्टि. It won't happen just like that. What is happening now? Whatever is happening now in my personal life, just like it is a result of my past, so too what's happening in the total society now, result of the past only. A generation or two had those type of thoughts or action led to this consequence. Like in the Vatavarnam also. Water wasted, 2 generation, 3rd generation, there will be water problem. Like the petrol comes into consumed, problem. In the same way, the nature, tendencies, it will reciprocate. So, Bheda Drushti, I am stressing more on that. Try to see Abhedata. जात पात वात कुछ भी वो व्यावहारिक है, थोड़ा सा जितना जरूरत है करो. Otherwise, if you are purely spiritual, then we have to see the divinity in everyone. In places like Andhra, more than anywhere in the world, terrible Bheda Drushti on the name of castes. The entire politics is run only on that. Not seeing desirability, all those calculations. बस अपने अपने ग्रुप बना के रखते हैं. Then anyone who wins the election, then he takes care of only that, not the other ones. बहुत पूरा बाकी सारे रूल रेगुलेशन सेकेंडरी हो जाते. अपने कास्ट का है तो कुछ भी हो, विल सपोर्ट हिम. भाजपा उनका पब्लिसिटी ऐसे होता है. यू वोट मी, आई विल टेक केयर ऑफ यू, माय कास्ट. देन व्हाट अबाउट अदर्स? Where has your constitution gone that everybody is a common citizen of the nation and all? Bheda Drushti. In the North India, Bheda Drushti और South the Bheda North. ये नहीं आने देना बाबा. We're all one. हमारे प्यारे प्यारे भारत माता के प्यारे प्यारे संतान. Within India. When you go out, we are a global citizen. You know, that's how somehow when he goes out of India, the Indian behaves better. In the India, you fight with so many reasons or differences. But बाहर जाता है तो दूसरे भी हैरान होते हैं. अरे, this Indian has brought all his achar gave his mother to me also. They don't understand how come somebody is sharing their food to us. वहाँ वो culture नहीं होता. There the wife and husband cook their food, eat their thing. They live together independently, not like India. Kya bhedam vida. Then sukham. What is the meaning of sukha? The indriya bhoga. Always he wants comforts and sukham. Indriya sukha, rajoguni. मज्जा चाहिए सब कुछ. He will first demand in the camps we see them. स्वामी जी हमको बढ़िया सा अच्छा सा रूम देना चाहिए. Sukham. If not, they put such a frowning face, and that face you have to see all the 7 days during the camp. In Samadhi camp, when they came, I gave my room to them. They took it also. I said, Sukham Rajoguni. Anywhere. Next comes Madotsaha. Means what? A type of readiness to work to prove to others out of arrogance. Not because the project is good, not because you want to serve the world. They're all Sattva Guna Lakshana. Utsaha born out of the mother. मैं करके दिखाता हूँ मदोत्साह. Now, this you see in sports, cricket. Is it not? The batsman bowler, all these monkey gates and all, Madotsaha. The bowler has bowled, almost getting out, then he acts like that he's a hero. The batsman अगले बाल वो छक्का मार के then he shows कि मैं भी मार सकता हूँ. Then this fellow next he pulls such a ball that is clean bowled. They are not playing sport there. There's a उत्साह born out of mother. मैं दिखाता हूँ मेरा क्या है. All those revenge actions you can see in some of these sports. मैं दिखाता हूं मैं मेरा क्या है. मदोत्साह रजोगुण. मदोत्साह. Like again, Sasoma scolded daughter-in-law. You're not making food only nowadays. ऐसे करके this Sasoma went to talk to all neighbors. By the time she came in 3 hours, that Bahu made 11 items of sabji. Like a Tadinam at home. Why did you all that? मदोत्साह. तुमने कहा ना मेरे को मैं करती कुछ नहीं हूँ. अब देख लगाओ किसको. मदोत्साह. Work is done, but out of mother the उत्साह was. Showing off के लिए, प्रूव करने के लिए. This happens in big firms, even national, international issues also. मदोत्साह. What now Russia is doing on Ukraine is मदोत्साह only. ये छोटा कंट्री है, बीच में लटक रहा है. Not in good terms with me, nor getting any membership in NATO. So I'll show what is power of mine. Going on, doing that Mada Utsaha Yukta attack. Not ended. 3 महीने हो गए शायद. February 23 हो गया या 90 से ज़्यादा दिन. This is Rajogunam. Then Yashaf Preeti he. देखो. He does all activities only for the name and fame. The name fame mongerer. The importance mongerer. Yashaf Preeti. His name should be first in newspaper. If in that program his name has not come, he will call the owner and say, मैंने इतना पैसा दिया तुमको, मैं नाम ही नहीं आया. I will not give you money next time. And my picture should be in the top. यशफ प्रीति है. उसके लिए लोग कुछ भी करते हैं आजकल ना. नाम कमाने के लोग कुछ भी दान धर्म देते हैं. उनका बस नाम आना चाहिए. In this world, the only thing for which the people even die also is name. Name. That's called Kamini se zyada Kanchanam. Kanchanam se zyada Kirti. Powerful desire. Yashaf Preeti. A type of joy, and people do salams, namaskar, salutations to me. And those who are Yashaf Preeti, other intelligent people know how to encash this fellow. फिर उसका ऐसे गुणगान करते हैं, he'll write a check and give. Yashaf Preeti. When that minister or any party leader coming to the town, if that leader is Yashaf Preeti wala, he will look, where are my hoardings? Where are all my names वगैरह? नहीं है तो he'll become angry with Yashaf Preeti. I have seen all that in one of the places. The Swami himself en route, we picked him up, we were going home from station or airport जो भी था. He looked all around, not many banners. कहाँ गए मेरे बैनर नहीं लगाओ? छोटा है फोटो, नाम बड़ा है नहीं है. यशफ प्रीति. भाई प्रोग्राम ऑर्गेनाइज कर रहे, you give your knowledge. If they are liking it and useful, then your name anyway will come. Bad Yashapriti. It's Rajogun Lakshan. Anybody will have that. कत्ल भी करते हैं ईश्वर प्रीति के लिए. Nowadays those things every day you see that what killings they are. कुछ हिंदी इंग्लिश में कोई शब्द है वो. सम प्यार व्यार का व्यवहार के लिए हो, ये क्या क्या कर रहे हैं, ऑल रजोगुण. नेक्स्ट लास्ट वन इज वीर्यम. द वीर्यम यथा प्रीति हास्यम. हास्यम मीन्स व्हाट? Humiliating others, insulting others, devaluing, degrading others, talking very sarcastically. These are all Rajoguna Lakshan. He has intelligence, he has got money, he has got power. But who told you that misuse them in doing parihas of others? Not the sattvic hasya of making everybody happy. राजसिक हास्य सबका क्या कहते हैं ना, हो उड़ाना, कुछ उड़ाना कहते हैं ना हिंदी में. बेइज्जत करना सबको पब्लिक में, हास्य. रजोगुण लक्षण. परिहास करना. In politics nowadays, the immature people are doing this. And whoever are doing it, they will degrade. People are becoming so intelligent, na? Just by one lecture, one appearance, people are able to assess the person's character and future. Not like earlier people of गांव वाले अनपढ़ अनलिख ना, सारे मीडिया टीवी देख देख के सब इतने सयान हो गए, ऐसे स्कैन करते हैं आजकल लोग. Just you stand, they scan you. Nobody can escape public or media. One of the qualities this Rajoguni does humiliation. If Sadhar fellow does it, you give Muthod Jawab in such a way that there are all evidences. That also with a proper decency. Not apahasya. No, very danger है. याद रख लेना. किसी का आदर गौरव करो या ना करो, अपहास्यम नहीं करना. And this we saw in our morning Vidurniti. When with your words, when you harm others, day in and day out they suffer. And all that suffer becomes curse to you. But Rajoguni, the other person, whatever is achieved, you say, कोई गफलत किया होगा, कोई रिश्वत दिया होगा, इसलिए इतना बड़ा हो गया. नहीं तो आजकल कैसे बनते हैं. He's not ready that fellow worked hard and he got it. ना, हाथ से उसको उठाना ही. Somehow or the other उसका बेइज्जती करना पब्लिक में. That's called parihasam. Then the next one, वीर्यम. वीर्य means what? Always मौका देते ही माइक का. He is told to talk about भगवान हनुमान. आज हनुमान जयंती के अवसर पर मुझे मौका मिला आप सबके बात करने के लिए, इसके लिए मैं धन्यवाद हूँ. He starts. 1 hour he speaks. In all that 1 hour, he will talk in such a way that he is the Hanuman. About all his achievements. And toward the end, after 1 hour, he says, इस तरह हम सब हनुमान जी को प्रणाम करेंगे. In between 1 hour is only his वीर्यम. मैंने ये किया, मैंने वो किया, ये हुआ, वो हुआ. वीर्यम is his own achievements. Talking about that. Showing off. Some people have that type of rajogun. They are afraid कि ऐसे मैं अपने बारे में नहीं बोलूंगा ना तो लोगों को कैसे पता चलेगा, फिर I will become unpopular. So they list out all their achievements. अब देखो कोई बंदा 70-80 साल जी रहा है, कुछ तो होएगा उसके द्वारा, नहीं ना? And then what negativities, how many he has done, but nobody does a hisab of that. You lived for 70 years, you have definitely gone some तीर्थ यात्रा किए होंगे, कोई पूजा वगैरह अटेंड किया, कोई दान धर्म किया होगा, गलती से कोई सत्संग अटेंड किया होगा. No, one you select and say मैंने ये किया, वो किया. वीर्यम. वीर्यम. मैं अपने घर में सबके लिए खाना बना के दिया, क्या हुआ, सब हॉस्पिटलाइज हो गए. You have to ask for it. उसके बाद क्या हुआ? Then he will reveal the secret. Otherwise, he will tell only half. I made food to all the family members that day. वीर्यम. Then ask them, उसके बाद क्या हुआ? Gone to hospital. Last one is बलोद्यमः. बलोद्यम means what ना? जबरदस्ती कुछ ऐसे चीज हाथ में लेना जब मौका भी नहीं है, वहां जरूरत भी नहीं है. नो नीड, नो अपॉर्चुनिटी, बट इज डूइंग दैट उद्यम आउट ऑफ दिस इनर बला, कंपल्सरी वाला, हट करके करना. हाँ, हट करके कहते हैं ना, दैट टाइप ऑफ थिंग इज कॉल्ड एज बला उद्यम. Such people, for some time they do it. After they get so tired, exhausted, they have to give up in between. Sometimes they try to do it too much beyond the limit, then उसका बुरा consequence होता है. बलोद्यम. In everything like sports, weightlifting, your capacity. No, no, I want the medal. Therefore, जबरदस्ती तुमने 2 ग्राम या 10 ग्राम ज्यादा उठाया, ऐसे वो टूट जाता है bone. You are not useful only for the sport for the entire life. But they don't want to leave it. बलोद्यम. बलोद्यम जबरदस्ती कर में मना कर रहे हैं, फिर भी मैं करूंगा. You will do. Some children are this type. बलोद्यम. You tell them don't do. No, you want to show it to mother and father. He does. बलोद्यम. छोटा है, मैं चलाऊंगा स्कूटर. नहीं रहे, तेरे पाँव भी नीचे नहीं आते हैं. You will not listen. हट करके डड़ा यही मार दिया, दुख, एक्सीडेंट. When our opportunity comes, wait for it. When it comes, encash it and do your best. That is Sattva Guna. But this is Balodyama Rajo Guna. So what are the things that came? Kamaha, desire. Iha, desire prompted restlessness and activity. Madaha, always in that arrogance. Then Trishna, more greedy and all. Stambhaha, non-humility. Ashihi, too much of that. Unnecessary hope for future, not doing anything present. The worst of all is Bheda Drushti. Then the Indriya Bhoga Sukha. Then out of the arrogance he shows Utsaha. Always Yashapriti. Mera hi naam hona chahiye. Nobody should be praised in front of me. Then Hasyam, humiliation to others. Then Viryam, showing off all his things. Then Balodyamaha, koi jarurat hi nahi wahan, but jabardasti karna. Balodyam. The Balodyam are all these extra feats that are done by the people for the sake of some records. They are all signs of Bala Udyama. 6 घंटे बर्फीले पानी में रहना, सारे सांप बिच्छुओं के बीच में रहना. They're all Bala Udyama, not required. But some record, some money. बहुत सारे ऐसे होते हैं. They're all Rajo-Gun Lakshana. Okay, what okay? Don't own them. Now comes our close friend. Krodho lobho nrutam himsa yancha dambah klamah kalihi shokamoho vishadarthi nidrashabhi anudyamah. I'm sure many of you must be feeling, स्वामी जी हमारे बारे में आइज नहीं अब आ रहा है. I thought so much excitement that in Lord Krishna's talks today my name will come. अभी तक नहीं आया. I think I am Gunatit. Why not? We wish you all the best. मेरे बारे में आए नहीं तो स्वामी लगता है गुणातीत हो गया मैं. Then the third one, when we tell, then we understand. Like in Bhaja Govindam, Krishna spoke about me 2 times. Where in Bhaja Govindam? Yeah, that also in the first 2 shlokas only. In the first shloka, he said, in second line, in second shloka, first line only. What did he say? Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja, Mudamate. Second shloka, Muda Jahi Dhanagat Krishnam. So here also they will come to us. Krodho lobho nrutam himsa yancha dambha klamah kalihi shokamoho vishadarthi nidrashabhi anudyama. Remember, these are all asammishra vyaktis gunas. None means what we saw just Rajoguna is pure Rajas. There is no Sattva and Tamas in him. Very less they are. Earlier one was only sattva, zero or almost minus or 2% का रजस तमस वाला. अब maximum tamas, rajas sattva very less, that person's guna. Admixture of gunas, their lakshanas will come in next three shlokas. Pure tamoguni. First, krodha. Krodha is always sign of weakness. Krodha brings weakness, but krodha comes out of weakness only. A strong person at the mind level who understands and assesses situation because of the knowledge will not become angry and lose the strength. So krodha is tamoguna lakshana according to this. So the kama of the desire of rajoguna leads to the krodha of the tamoguna. Sometimes krodha kama are said to be rajoguna, like in Gita, kama esha, krodha esha, rajoguna samudbhavaha. They come because of rajoguna and they create rajoguna. Thus they add to rajoguna only. Kama krodha alias krodha. Kama alias krodha. So यहाँ क्रोध को जाकर के तमोगुण में डाल दिए. क्रोधः, so the anger. By nature is angry. सुबह उठते ही angry. He is so angry with that whatever that hen or cock उसने सुबह से उठाया. He will shout at that. He will shout at the कोयल. सुबह सुबह 5 बजे करता है. He is angry with that fellow. You don't allow me to sleep. That is saying यार तुमको सोने के लिए तो मैं गाना गा रहा हूँ. He is angry with the alarm clock. He is angry with the winds. If it blows more और गर्मी ज़्यादा है. उनका दिन क्रोध से शुरू होता है. लगातार दिन भर क्रोध 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 और रात में भी क्रोध क्रोध में सोता है. उसके सपने में सारे वही आते हैं. Angry man. You can see whenever I am saying all this, you must be remembering somebody around you. कोई तो ऐसे वाले हैं. Anger. His jokes also will be angry type. He loves others with anger only. The second one, krodha, lobha, extreme greed. Tamoguna lakshana. Why it is tamoguna lakshana? Because in tamoguna, intellect doesn't work. When the intellect doesn't work, then the knowledge, decency, they don't come. If the intellect works, there's a knowledge, there's a decency, then you know how much to desire, how much to stop there. If that is not there, you will feel greed for it more and more. Lobha. You know, it is at the national, international level, like China want to grab every country. With 1,25,000 सैनिकों को 900 टैंकर्स को लगा के नो चाइना इज रेडी टू अटैक ताइवान. You may see in a 2 weeks time. That is a greed at that level. The America's greed कि हमेशा हमें ही पावर में रहना है. From that onwards, the greed on the dining table. That everything I only should serve for myself, whether others are left with something or not. The Sattva-guni person doesn't serve him. He gives everyone and he takes minimum. ग्रीडी. बच्चों को हम इससे हम पता कर सकते हैं कि क्या है उनका ग्रीड. ग्रीड है कि दे हैव अ वेरी गुड सत्व गुण क्वालिटी. सो लोभ इज ए तमोगुण. Then lot of things to discuss on that. One of the important is what? We plan for resources or wealth for next 2000 years as if wherein we are already such a old fellow. Any time we may die. डेथ सर्टिफिकेट भी रेडी है, साइन करना है बस डॉक्टर को. बट स्टिल द लोभ. ऑल दिस बिजनेस पीपल आफ्टर 50 if still he is in business, he is a lobby, then he'll have low BP and high BP also. By the time 50 you should earn so much for your next 30 years, full stop. In 30 years you just relax. If you go on earning 1 रुपया भी उसका खर्च तो करोगे ही नहीं. But they are low. Greed for money, greed for things, greed for name and fame. Lobha. It can mean anybody. Many shishyas feel jealous or leave the guru because guru is a lobhi. What is the lobha in the guru? Throughout life he is projecting himself only. Bhai, I said like Gurudev. He never had lobha. In many organizations, that head guru should die, then only others are happy and they become head and they fight with each other, of course. Gurudev said, no, at my own lifetime only, I must generate next band of acharyas to speak on Shastra. I only will give training them. He had no greed of he only should work. He had the desire for spreading Shastra, which is noble, but no greed that मेरे को करना है. He made everybody do. An example. Like that in so many fields you can see. लोभ देख लो, ये बड़ा शत्रु है सबसे बड़ा. काम क्रोध से भी भयंकर लोभ होता है. काम है हो गया, क्रोध हो गया, बट लोभ ज्यादा है तो अगेन इट लीड्स टू काम क्रोध. लोभ only leads to more kama, more krodha. If you don't have lobha, the desire is fulfilled, keep quiet. When desire is not there, there is no krodha. खासकर the lobha about recognition and love from others. How to conquer it? You only be the servant of the world. That's it. Either be arrogant and say that I am the blissful Atma Ananda Swarupa. How dare anybody give me happiness I don't need? This is one way to avoid the lobha of value respect from others. Otherwise, lifelong you will suffer. The other thing is, I myself am a humble servant. Hanumanji had both qualities. The first quality of I myself blissful, arrogance, not to expect anything from anything, he expressed that thing in front of all other monkeys, etc. But I am a humble, simple servant wala, he expressed in front of Sri Rama and Sri Sugriva. In both cases, he was not in a lobha that others should recognize me or love me. No. Because recognition and expectation, love from others is eternal thing. It won't die just like that. Unless we ourselves become dasa to Bhagavan, we ourselves filled in our love to the God, we can't leave it. And in this world, when people have become materialistic, isolated, the भूख for the प्यार इतना ज्यादा होता है, न देने वाले कोई है ही नहीं. That also greed. Okay, lobha. Then anrutam. The morning class, rutam anrutam is shastroktam is rutam. Independently or licentiously doing whatever you want is called anrutam. That is technical way definition. Here anrutam is jhut bolna bas. Simple meaning. The tamoguni casually speaks lies. इतना कैश. आजकल बड़े बड़े लोग भी छोटे छोटे फायदा के लिए बड़े बड़े झूठ आराम से बोलते. The promises made before elections. They know pakka that they can't do, but still they make that promise. And लोग भी इतने बुद्धू है कि सुन लेते हैं. Anrutam, lying for small little profits. Anrutam. These all the Muslims. Anrutam. They know how many thousands of temples of ours they destroyed. If you have that Rutam even little, they should return back temples and say sorry. So to the Britishers, how much they tortured our India. Those Beowulfs, even now they have not said sorry, even at least for Jallianwala Bagh. And our country, usual fellow, still go and do namaskar. Chalo, that is diplomacy, whatever you call. Anrutam. झूठ हो गया. नेक्स्ट कम्स हिंसा. दैट देखो, हिंसा तो कभी करना ही नहीं है, बट दिस तमोगुणी ना रीजनलेस हिंसा दे डू, causeless, purposeless. Again the same, these rakshasas whom I mentioned now, for no reason all the Kashmir पंडित को मार रहे हैं. अरे उसने क्या किया तेरे लिए? They are human beings, they just do all that. These all Mughals and all क्रूर राक्षस to do हिंसा, शौक के लिए हिंसा करना. Even though they are the terrorists, they capture the people, they torture them so much, man, women and all, himsa. So much. Now it's happening in Russia, all the Ukrainians who are captured by them surrendered. आज कल के दिन देखो जो 1300 लोग ने सरेंडर किया, ऑल दैट हिंसा बहुत पेनफुल होता है सब देखते हैं ना, हिंसा करना। एंड ऑल दिस नॉन वेजिटेरियंस आर महाहिंसा, तमोगुणी, दे दिमाग कभी काम नहीं करता। डोंट ट्रेन योर चिल्ड्रन इन ऑल दिस हॉरिबल नॉन वेजिटेरियनिज्म एंड ऑल, राक्षस। पहले खुद रोक दो, otherwise every animal who is killed for your eating will be waiting there to make you pieces and eat. जैसे तो आपने खाया वैसे आपको ही खाएंगे। डोंट डिस्कस ऑन दिस टॉपिक। अच्छा लगा समझ लो, कोशिश करो, नहीं लगा चुप, डोंट डिस्कस आर्ग्यू। आई विल नॉट आर्ग्यू विथ, मैं झुक जाऊंगा, भैया माफ हो गया, मैंने आपसे ऐसा कहा, ऐसे कर कर आपकी हिंसा की तो मेरे क्षमा करो, आप जो करना है कर, वी डोंट आर्ग्यू। Just no, 20 minutes, half an hour back. I was coming from somewhere, at a lot travel I had to do today, 60, 80 kilometers. Afternoon I went. So I was saying, all of us are vegetarian, पर पता नहीं कहाँ से पकड़ा मेरा बेटा ने, he's non-vegetarian, what to do? I said, take him to a slaughterhouse and show how the animals are killed. Tell him, you will also be killed like that and eaten. Do you like it? In the tender heart, when you put this seed, throughout life you will not do. Experiment करो, which works we don't know. And at the tender heart we can expect to work. और कभी कभी करना पड़ता है भाई, आगे के बचने के लिए फ्यूचर में। हिंसा की बात कर रहे हैं हम, ओके। फिर नेक्स्ट वन यांचा। व्हाट इज द यांचा हियर? तमोगुणी doesn't want to work, therefore he just with all dhinata begs from others. That is tamoguna. Very good quality, not to beg others. I heard that there is no Jain or Marwadi or Punjabi, I don't think, there's no such beggar in the whole world. They work even in a small work, but they live on themselves. They don't beg others. They are not lazy. Tamoguna hai yancha karna. Understand? At any level, you do your mehnat, be happy with that. And if some things are the life-saving requirements, then you can ask others for dignity. क्योंकि जीना तो चाहिए हमको, मरना तो नहीं। सो उस समय वो आपद धर्म है, दैट टाइम यू कैन आस्क अदर्स, बट नॉट फॉर एवरी स्मॉल लिटिल थिंग विच यू योर सेल्फ कैन अर्न और गेट, दैट यू आर गोइंग ऑन बेगिंग अदर्स। रिमेंबर द whenever you discuss these things or think about or talk about this, immediately make that point generalized, then you will have the idea. Like beggar, like every Indian, if he becomes beggars, then who will be the givers? Is it not? Like every Indian become lazy, then who will become producers? Everybody become only consumers, then who will be a creator? If you think like that, then you understand. No, 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 no. So to everything, if everybody speaks jute, then whom to trust? The whole balance of the world goes away with these negative qualities. जब अपने बारे में सोचते हैं सिर्फ ना, फिर उसका असर कोई बात नहीं, मैं एक छोट बुरा हूं तो कैसा, क्या फर्क पड़ता है? लाइक इन दैट विलेज, नो, किंग और somebody asked कि दूध चाहिए, सारे गांव वाले दे दो, तो everybody brought the milk and poured in the big tub of some 100 or 600 200 liters. After that, over 3-4 hours, everybody went away. When the king's soldier checked out, not even one drop of milk, the entire thing was pani only. Why? That every fellow thought कि बाकी सब दूध डाल रहे हैं तो मैं पानी डालता हूँ, क्या फर्क पड़ता? That way everybody thought and offered only water. It should be the other way around. Yeah, others may offer pani, I don't know. Let me do the doodh because it's for my king and my kingdom. It's that way. It's not that all are lazy, therefore I'll be one of them. Then it is negative thing. So many people are lazy. At least one me, if I can work hard, the burden to my Bharata Mata is reduced. That sort of thinking. दैट इज सत्व गुण. और नहीं है तो यांचा, भीख मांगते रहो, भीख मंगा. एंड यांचा ऑफ एवरीथिंग, एज आई सेड अर्लियर. प्रेम का भूख भीख मंगा होना, कमेंड द लव विथ योर ओन तपस्या एंड ऑल दैट. नॉट भीख मांगना. सो टू द पैसे का तो नहीं मांगना, रेस्पेक्ट का भी नहीं मांगना. आई टेल यू, the most important valuable thing throughout life which we should not miss is self respect, self honor. If I don't honor myself, nobody will honor me, and I should become honorable to myself. Keep on adding those things, like we doing our classes. That's a very honorable thing. बढ़िया है. नहीं करते तो we are guilty with ourselves. कुछ नहीं किया तो. Never ever lose self respect by being any beggar for anything. And this is the dukkha most of the people go through at home. Elders, they lose the dignity in front of the youngsters and feel so much of dishonor, disrespected, and all. Therefore, we grow so much, listen so many shastra, still we have not understood the simple principle that we should be the givers and not receivers. Still, that's why we are asking them to give us respect and obedience. No, इतना पढ़ने का हम ही उस बदल नहीं पा रहे. How can we expect from them? You know the funniest thing in the family things, na? How the whole dukkha starts. Most ignorant children and youngsters, second, they don't expect respect. They are normal. And whole problem comes because the seniors, elders want respect from them. That they never catch it. वो कह रहे हम तो आपसे कुछ मांग नहीं रहे ना, हमको क्यों तंग कर रहे हो? ये बूढ़ा बता, तुम मेरे को दो, रेस्पेक्ट दो वगैरह. यांचा. Like that, examples are plenty everywhere. Then next one is dambhaha. Again, here also dambhaha is a type of showing off. Tamo guna. Then comes klamaha. The klama is such a terrible quality. He is any time of the day, this klama Vartlavi, he is starting the day only with laziness. आप कुंभकर्ण की तरह उसको उठा ही नहीं सकते आप. He did not do anything but already lazy and tired and exhausted. That's called klama. The clumsy fellow. Klama. You have to tell him that 10 times to get up, 10 times to go to bathroom, 10 times to come on time for the dining. Oh, baap re baap. One of the worst quality. In this regard, I have seen few people. The closely seen things in my life. People are my father and my brother. They are never in klama. I have not seen active anytime. So tired, exhausted. Half an hour he will sleep and again active. I have never seen my father sleeping beyond 4:30 or 5. Then दिन भर काम, रात को फिर 11 सा उसके नो क्लमा. अदरवाइज उठे, अंगड़ाई लिए, कहा 15 मिनट दांत धोया भैंस की तरह. These are all lakshana of the klama. And not taking bath up to 12 o'clock. And always feeling fatigued, tired, exhausted. You know why? Not worked, no exercise, no workout. Every cell of the body has become such a lazy, sleepy, dead like. आपके गली में ऐसे लोग हैं तो प्लीज यू गो योर सेल्फ टू अमेरिका और जापान. डोंट स्टे इन दैट गली. Our Gurudev at the age of 77 also, no laziness or tiredness or fatigue or exhaustion. Even the body tires, but he has such a tremendous power of the mind, he will make the body work 2 hours extra. Doctors used to say that he lived every day 36 hours. Do you understand? He lived every day 36 hours. We live 2 hours. बाकी 22 घंटे रोते रोते, सोते सोते, खाते खाते, लड़ते लड़ते, मरते मरते. 36 घंटे जीते थे गुरुदेव हर दिन. याद रखो उसका अर्थ क्या है. नो क्लमा. When his hair was checked, it was told ये तो 20 साल पहले इनको मरा रहना चाहिए था, 20 और 10 साल पहले. No clama, his willpower was so strong, he made the whole body work for further years. Lot of gunas. Like this, klama, next one is kalihi. ये जो दुष्ट दुर्मार्ग तमोगुणी का लक्षण क्या है? कली. कलह 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 कलह, निरंतर कलह. और 4-5 है, tomorrow we'll see them. सर्वं कृष्णार्पणम. Then we will see the sannipataha, means admixture of these 3 gunas. How that person's nature is. Then how each guna has to be purified, lower ones, and come to the higher guna. The great guidance will be given to us by Krishna, entire chapter. This chapter you have to give me, like all chapters, sufficient time. This way only we will study. बाद में फिर कब मिलेंगे, टॉपिक कैसा आएगा, आई डोंट नो कब आएगा. थैंक यू. ओम पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदम पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय. सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. देखो हमको ना गुणों के लेवल में ही दुर्गुण को हटाकर सद्गुणों को पाने का कितना काम है. इसके बाद जाकर के साधनाएं होते हैं. Then how can we say that we have lot of time and nothing to do? And we want to waste time in the things and beings around. Busy, I have to refresh myself and change my gunas from tamas to sattva. पूरा life उसमें रखना चाहिए. And it won't happen overnight. A lifetime struggle we have to. And the topic becomes very big, therefore we're not exhausted discussing. It may come in between. Unless we change our food habits, we change our house atmosphere, we change all the photographs, we change our dress, we change the company of people, our whole day schedule. Unless at every level we do sacrifice and hard work, the negative durgunas will not go, the positive sattva gunas will not come. And without that, we will never enjoy our life for ourselves. We will not enjoy serving the world. We can never make the Lord happy, Guru happy with us. And we always be discarded piece only. That is the meaning of offering flowers to God. It's not flowers offered. Flower like Sattvagana Yukta personality I am offering to you. And to bring out a flower, how much the Mali works. Same way I have to work to bring out the Sattva gunas in me and offer it to the Lord. ओवरनाइट नहीं होता. हिंसा प्रथमं पुष्पम पुष्पम इंद्रिय निग्रह सर्वभूत दया पुष्पम क्षमा पुष्पम विशेषतः शांति पुष्पम तप पुष्पम दान पुष्पम तथैव च सत्यमष्टविधम पुष्पम विष्णोः प्रीतिकरम भवेत्. और हम क्या है ना, हिंदी वाला फूल चढ़ाने को भगवान कहते हैं, तो हमको अंग्रेजी ज्यादा आती है ना, अंग्रेजी फूल चढ़ा देते हैं उनको. जस्ट लाइक हिंदी में सफ़र करने को बोलते हैं, तो वो भी इंग्लिश में सफ़र करते हैं.